Okay, so this is a selection of some of the stuff that we have used to make sounds in Chatterbox. And you can see this is all now taking over my house. I'm Bob Arnold, and I'm originally from El Dorado, Arkansas, but I've been in Memphis since 1998.
So in this scene, this is the very beginning, basically what he is doing here, he is proving this.
I did community theater all through middle school, high school theater in high school, of course, and then I did some theater when I was at Rhodes here, and then a very little bit after that. It was just always something that I gravitated to. Chatterbox is a logical end result of a bunch of different interests that I have. One of them being live theater, one of them being writing, one of them being recording, and one of them being directing.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I have a day job. Chatterbox is not my day job. I'm the grants manager at the Brooks Museum, which is also a great job and a great way to be involved in the arts. But when I was in college here in Memphis at Rhodes, I had one friend who was very into theater. I had one friend who was very into sound recording and engineering, and then I had one friend who was a website developer. This idea came out that we should do some kind of recorded theater. We should do some kind of audio theater. Something about it stuck with me, and I took it, and with their help, ended up sort of running with it.
Who's in this room?
Chatterbox uses what I think of as an old-time radio process. Even though our content is contemporary, we try to do simultaneous recording, meaning we have all the actors in the same room, we have the director in the same room, the musicians in the same room, the sound effects artists, everybody there together. So we rehearse these shows like a stage play. We place the microphones where they need to be, tell actors, okay, at this line you need to be at this microphone, and then you need to turn very quietly and get over to the sound effects table. It's a single performance as much as possible.
Great, keep that nice and clean. Like I said, that's why it needs room to breathe.
On recording night, we'll do 2 takes of every show. From there, we pick our favorite of the 2 takes. We're usually pretty reluctant to pick pieces from each or splice them together. We try to take a single take, a single performance, and use that as the vast majority of the basis of the show that we post.
Did you call me Mr. Markheim? You were looking for the old man's money, I believe.
Chatterbox is purely volunteer at this point, which is one of the best things about it, but it's also one of the toughest things about it. We use writers, we use actors, we use directors, we use sound effects people, we use musicians, we use visual artists, and we basically have to ask all of those people to contribute all this time and all this talent to this project. Getting everybody you want in the same room at the same time, which is the way we record, can sometimes be a challenge. It's always been worth it. It's always paid off. We've been able to release shows about once a month since we started back in 2007. And part of that is just keeping a lot of different plates spinning at the same time. It always blows me away to stop and reflect on that and think, this is just something that people are doing because they want to, because it speaks to them. That's the most rewarding part of the process, I think.
Some library bells.
It doesn't feel like work to me to start a new show. It doesn't feel like I've got, oh man, now here we are on this deadline, I've got to do another show. It's a joy. This is what I do in my spare time. It's just a lot of fun. And I think everybody who works with us kind of feels that way too. You get hooked on it. You know, investing in the arts is an absolute necessity as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I'm a grant writer, during the day, and it can be tough to make a case for the arts when there is so much other need out there. But the truth is, when you see people you work with have these really powerful experiences with art, have these really transformative experiences, you start to realize how powerful it is. You start to realize that this is where a lot of us find meaning. The people I know who are the most kind of steeped in arts are also the people who seem to be the most fulfilled, the people who seem to be the most balanced, the ones who are the most empathetic with other people. A person cut off from the arts is a person who has cut themselves off from humanity.